Welcome to my video channel. Today I'm going to share with you how I created my bullet journal for the new year. So this is going into the new year, and I'm going to have it focused on, I figured out through trial and error last year. I just started bullet journaling, and it was like I learned about it in February and I started my first bullet journal in April. So I was off on the number of months I could fit into each journal. I started with the Lecterm journal, and I have moved into the Exceed, which is the journal by Walmart. This is absolutely my favorite journal, and I have pretty much decided, other than my junk journals and altered book journals, as far as bullet journaling goes, I will be bullet journaling in the Exceed A5 bullet journal. This is 100 GSM heavyweight paper. It doesn't ghost and it doesn't bleed. There are Copic markers still do bleed through, but most of my markers do not. And this Exceed has, let me put this away. This is a blue one, and they have a black one and a lilac-y purple one, which I really like. So it comes with the band. It comes with two markers, two of these page markers here. So it comes with two of these. It comes with an inside place here to write. It comes with your index. It has nice index pages, really nice, and I like the strong lines. It's a dot journal, and then at the end it has a really nice envelope right here, and all of their envelopes come colored with the same color as the book. So what I'm going to do, and I put tabs in mine, so I will put all links to everything that I use in the links in the description area below this video. If you like this video, please click on subscribe and click on the little notification bell so you can be notified when I create a new journal. So what I did was I started with, I haven't finished, I'm just getting it ready for, I don't use the index a lot either. So I'm trying to be better this year at it, but I'm going to be able to fit in 4 months per book. And so that's going to give me I will complete 3 journals each year. That's based on what I did last year and how much room I use when I'm actually doing my regular journaling. So I do a lot of regular journaling, and I keep everything, my business and my personal, everything into one bullet journal now, which made my life a lot easier. So what I did was I started with, a couple months ago, I started thinking about what I wanted to look like. I start all of my journals with my testimony. So I always write that, and then I go into my goals. And I use this washi tape so I can grab my goals really quickly as I work on them. And I have my projects, and then all of my son's baseball stuff. I also washi tape that, so that way I can make sure that I can just grab it. I don't have to even look in the index. Then I have my benchmarks. And so this is where I'm starting. This time I wanted to keep all of my goals and stuff like that and projects in the front. What I did before is I would do them in between, here and here in the months when I thought about it. Now what I do is I put a brain dump or monthly goals. But the yearly goals, I have found it's easier if I keep them up front. So then the next journal, I can just copy those over, check off the ones I've done, add some new ones each quarter, which will also be good because it'll help me go over my business once a quarter, which is really a good thing to do. So I came up with a saying. I found a saying that I liked for January. And this is just cutouts, cutouts, and then I used rubber cement to firmly attach it to the page. In January, I wanted it to be, I'm learning to do things a little bit more simple because I am not an artist. I'm not very good at art, but I love to letter. So in this journal, and for January, I just used some stickers that were still left over from Christmas, but I really like them, and they're good for January with, new shooting for the stars, everything. And I like the color blue for January. It just makes me feel more comforted and that I can really reach my goals. I put a piece of I put a piece of washi tape over here because I made the mistake of writing 2019. And I'm sure a lot of us make that mistake. So I was like, oh my gosh, it was so nice. So I put a piece of washi tape over that and rewrote 2020 on top. And then I will show you, I use a system to make my markers, and I just buy this from Amazon, and I buy these tape overs from Amazon. So my first spread is my monthly spread. This is how I decided I like to do them, and I don't need to do a lot of artwork on it. Maybe over time, over the month, I might do some doodling. But for right now, I just want to get everything down before the start of the year. This is the format that I have decided to stay with, that I really like for my days of the week. It's still not quite enough room, so sometimes I will take a page and write down if I'm trying to do some time logging and finding out how much time I spend on each thing that I do during the day. I'm trying to do, you know, like figuring out where I should prioritize my time. I will do that on just a regular page. But all of my main focuses, 3 business focuses and 3 personal focuses each day, not including my habit tracker. So my habit tracker, I don't put that stuff. So like working out and all that, I don't usually, reading my scriptures, all of those kind of things, I don't put on my day-to-day because it's redundant. So I use a habit tracker for that. So I went through and I did all of my, I divided this up with just 2 lines here. It's very simple to do this template. So it's just from here, you just take a ruler and measure from the top to the bottom dot, and then know that you need 2 spaces in between, and then you just count them. And I believe it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so they're 18. So they're 18, and then I just go from dot to dot, and this is around, I believe this is 13, and then I just make a line down the middle, and I make my first one. So I'll show you a little trick I do. So what I do is I make my first one here and here. Then when I flip this page over, I just use I can see the lines after it's been done. So I just come and copy. So then what I do, and then on this one here, so then I'll come over here and do one over here so that this side can be just done over and over again really easy. Okay, so that it makes it a lot easier to do the templates, and a lot faster, which is what I'm always looking for. So here is my habit tracker, and this is a template that I got free online. If you do search for habit trackers, free habit tracker printables, you'll be able to find these. And this is the one for, I haven't filled it in yet. I'll be doing that today. This is my different habits. And then I create, I'll show you one that I've done so you can see how how it looks all filled in. It's really pretty, actually. So this is what they look like, all filled in. So I just do different colors for different things, and then I have my things that I want to do, and I just put X's on the stuff I don't do. So I did really bad with my exercises, and I have a Apple Watch, and so I did really bad with my 3 rings and my Apple and my exercising, but I did halfway through for my 10,000 steps, and a lot of that's because I was out of town and getting ready for Christmas, and I had to travel a lot, and it was just really hard to be able to get all that done. But all year I've been perfect at this until October. I had like a week where it was bad, November a week, and then December really bad. But I've been, but the rest of I started on January 2nd last year, and I was perfect every single month. So that I gave myself a little leeway there. Then I wrote for my January goals, as I told you. And then I print out 2 of these habit trackers. I put these here for the different foods that I need to eat every day. So I'll list all the healthy foods that I need to eat, and then I use just one color, and I'll put the dates here, and then I just track. So like tomatoes I eat every single day. I eat 1 Brazil nut every single day for selenium. So there's different things that will have like every single day things, and then other things are just sporadic because I don't have to eat them like every single day, but so it's not like I eat all that food every day. But anyway, so that's kind of focusing on my health. This is a gratitude tracker that I bought from Etsy, and I really love that. Every day I write down something I am grateful for. So I really like that one. And then I'll write my affirmations down there for the month. This one here, I don't know if this was a free printable, I can't remember, or if I bought it from Etsy, but it's really great because I compartmentalize a lot of my life, especially in my business. I'll usually have 3 to 4 of these for businesses and then 3 to 4 with different things. So I'll have one just for my son's baseball, all of his baseball goals and college stuff, dual enrollment stuff I have to do with him. Then I'll have another one for, you know, my growth and learning, and then I'll have another one for family stuff, and then all my business stuff. Then I have this currently, which I did get from Etsy. You might be able to find it online. I love this. This helps me to focus on these different areas and just think about something that I accomplished or am doing in those areas, and that has really, that's been very enjoyable for me. My mood tracker, since I'm not an artist, I used to do all different kinds of things, but now that I found this mood tracker template, I only use this. Now, when I rubber cemented it down for some reason, on the left side here, it didn't stick, so I just used a piece of washi tape to stick it down because I didn't want to peel it all off and do it all over again. So, and let me I like smoothness, and so let me just show you really quick. I use, there's all kinds of different brands of rubber cement, but I use the Elmer's one or whatever one I can find on sale, depending. But I use this because I don't like the way that the glue makes everything bubbly. And glue sticks, glue, any kind of water-soluble glue does that. So I use those when it doesn't matter. Okay, so I do try to use the glue sticks and all of that as much as I can, but I use them when I don't have to write on like the other side. So for instance, here I need to write, so this page needs to be nice and flat because I like to write on smooth paper. And this journal from Walmart, this is so nice. This 100 GSM paper is really, really smooth and nice, easy to write on. So here I can use glue because, well, actually I can't because I write on here. But there's going to be places where I can use glue where I'm not writing on the other side. So anyway, so there's my mood tracker. And I'll just make my own like color. So this time it'll be blues. You know, it'll be the different shades of blues for the different moods. I typically don't have problems with my moods. And here's my lead tracker, which is very simple, but every month, all my new leads I put in here, people I need to call that want to sign up to be one of our clients, and I'll keep all that there. And then I started to do a couple of templates. So this one says Grateful Hearts. This was I bought this from Tuesday morning. And then this is, of course, washi tape, which I love washi tape. Another piece of washi tape. And this is from the Jim Holtz collection of the beautiful, you know, the butterflies and flowers. And I put that on there. And so I do journal a lot, so I like to have a lot of room. That's why for me, for my regular day-to-day journal, junk journaling doesn't work as well because I really use entire sheets of paper to journal. I have been journaling since I was 12 and I only knew how to journal that way, and so I do share a lot of my thoughts. So then what I did was I took, another thing I did so I could make this even, is I took my January, which started on page 19, okay? So I just disregarded these goal pages, okay? And then 19, and then what I did was I went all the way to the end to see how many pages there were, and there's 240, I believe, in this book. Yeah, 240. So then I took that, and I think I rounded up to 20, and divided it, and figured out how many, divided that by 3, so that 4 for the 4 months, January, February, March, and April, right? So I went here and knew that I would start February. This helps me to be able to gauge and start ahead of time. And so I knew that my February would start on page 72 and 73. So in my next video, I'll kind of help you along and show you some of what I do here and how I'm going to work on each month. But so this is February, and then I'll know that I can do March and April. Now, sometimes what happens, or I should say a lot of times, so this is all my writing paper to journal after my bullet, you know, the main section is done. So I've got about 30 33 or 34 pages, which is a page each day for a month, which is good, right? But a lot of times I might write more than that, or I need more space. So what I will do then, if that's the case, then what I'll do is I will go into I have many journals, so I'll just pick out another one of my ongoing journals and write in there for a while, for a few of the days or something like that. I have a scripture journal that I use where I write a lot of my spiritual thoughts and results of my spiritual study, reading the scriptures. And so those thoughts and stuff, sometimes I'll tend to keep them in there, but I like to intersperse them in here just in case when my children and grandchildren read it, they may not know about the spiritual journal. So I do put spiritual thoughts in here as well. But that's where I can put a lot of my overload. And then I have other journals that are like just regular lined journals that I just bought because I love them. And I can always go in there and write. Now I wanted to show you this. I did use glue. I used the tacky glue here, and I used it on here. And so if you look, you can see the butterfly back here. It's all wrinkly, and that's what I don't like. I did it because I knew I'm not going to write up there, and I'm not going to write here, and so I'm going to just, I know that I'm going to write here, and I can still write this one. Oh no, I did use rubber cement for that one because I knew I was going to write here. But this one I used the tacky glue because it's really thick, and I wanted it to stick on there. It's a pretty strong piece of like, I don't know, what do they call that? Chipboard. Okay, so I wanted to make sure the butterfly stayed on there. So that's kind of how I do how I set everything up. This one I was able to show you really nicely because I don't have all my personal writing and people's information and stuff like that in there, which I have a really nice flip through that I've done after I did a book, but it's so full of personal stuff and it takes so long to go through the video and blur it all out that I thought this might be a better way to share with you how I do my spreads for the bullet journaling. So hopefully you found some use in that. And again, the links below are all to the supplies that I use for my journaling, and you can go to Walmart and get the Exceed journals. I really like nice paper, and I am so pleased. You do have to get their new one, so you want to make sure that you're not buying their old one. It has to say 100 GSM heavyweight paper. They make one the A5 size, and then they make one a little shorter, and I can't remember what that's called, what they call that size, A4 maybe, I can't remember, but it's a little wider than a traveler journal. But anyway, so you want to make sure that it's like this, and these are like, I think they're $8.95. I mean, they're just so inexpensive that no matter what your budget is, you're going to be able to utilize this. It says it has 120 sheets, so 240 pages, right? And it has an expandable inner pocket. This has just been absolutely my favorite journal, and I have tried a lot of them. So anyway, hopefully that helps you on your journey with your journaling. Remember, I'm just learning how to do all this. I'm not a pro at this or anything like that. I just decided that it would be very important for me to share with you my journey so you can see my mistakes, my follies, my imperfections, how I'm not an artist, how I don't draw well, all of these kinds of things, so that if you are that same way, you can feel comfortable and know that you can do this. And you don't need a large budget. Now, I have spent really good money on washi tapes, but very inexpensive. It's just that I have so many washi tapes, and I do spend money on really good markers and everything, but you don't have to. And I have videos where I've shown you how you can go and get the sales at Tuesday Morning, at Michael's, at Hobby Lobby, and even the dollar store. You can get set up with journaling at the dollar store. So there are so many, and even with things around your home, which I've done a journal already on where I made an entire junk journal out of things that I have at home, and I will do some more of that because I think that that's very valuable for us to reuse things that we have instead of throwing it away. But also in case you're on a really tight budget, you can still do all this. So I appreciate you being with me, hanging out with me. Please subscribe again to this. Leave a comment below. Subscribe to my channel. Click on the notification so you can be notified. And please leave a comment below. I would really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Until next time.